Now that you have your base plate assembled with the breadboard in it, we can start wiring up some circuits, some really basic circuits to get us started and learning how to use all this equipment, all these components. So what are you going to need? Your kit comes with a lot of components, so you're going to need a red LED, a 330 ohm resistor, 2 jumper wires, and the USB cable. A special note on your resistors, you only get 2 types of resistors, a 10k ohm resistor and a 330 ohm resistor. There's many resistors in the electronics world. There's a little chart on the very back. It's the last page of your kit booklet. And the 2 resistors that are included in your kit, they're common values. The one that we're going to use for this one is the 330 ohm, and you'll notice there's these color bands. That's how you identify them. So you're going to look for the one that has the orange, brown, gold band. Okay, and it should look like that. Okay, so you only need one. And the legs on these, they bend. So we're going to bend them to make a U shape. Just like that. So what you're going to do next is plug in the USB to your computer, and then take the micro SD part, or the micro part of the USB cable, and plug that into the red board. And the red board will start to blink. Your computer might make some sounds. We're not going to be doing any coding for the first few lessons, so we don't need to worry about what the computer does. We just need to power up the red board, because if you notice on the left side of the board we have a power section. We're going to be wiring into the ground. It'll say G and D and the 5-volt outputs. LEDs have polarity, and that means that there's a negative leg and a positive leg. The positive leg is the longer leg, so you can think of that as having positivity, so it's longer. The negative leg is shorter. And also, if you notice on the negative leg of the LED, there's a flat edge. On page 13 of your booklet, it talks about polarity. It tells you what LED stands for, light emitting diodes. And it tells you that right here the positive leg is longer and the negative leg is shorter. And if you flip the page 14, it gives you a nice little diagram of polarized components, what that means. So the flat edge is the negative side, the positive leg is the long leg. And what the heck does that mean? So it's a light emitting diode. Diode means one way. So LEDs, pronounced LEDs, have a positive leg and a negative leg, and they will only let electricity flow through them in one direction. So electricity will flow through them in only one direction. It's easy to burn them out too, so LEDs can also burn out if too much electricity flows through them, so you should always use a resistor to limit the current when you wire an LED into a circuit. That's why I had you get that resistor out. So you need the LED, the resistor, and 2 jumper wires. And we're going to get right into this. Okay, so the long leg, the positive leg of your LED, is going to go into A1, and the short leg is going to go into A2. Plug that in. The resistor doesn't have polarity, so you can wire that in any direction. Put that in B2 and B10. So B2, B10. Take your red wire, and this angle's a little funny, but you should see on the right side here, see that 5-volt? So 5-volt, plug in your red wire to 5 volts. And E1. And then take your black wire, plug that into E10, and then ground. It's the one right below the 5-volt. And what should happen is your LED should turn on. There we go. There's circuit number 1. Circuit challenge number 1. So what's happening is electrons are flowing from 5 volts through the wire, through the breadboard, through the positive leg of the LED. They're turning on the LED light. Those are electrons. So electrons are happy, they're bright, coming out of the negative leg through the resistor, slowing down the current, slowing down the flow of electrons, and moving it through. The electrons are moving through the breadboard and back out to the ground. And it's a circuit, so it's looping. So electrons are flowing from positive to negative in this direction.